Is LIV Golf in trouble? Brooks Koepka returning to the PGA Tour. What's that all about? And Rory McIlroy, how does he possibly improve upon a career-defining year this year? That's just some of the stuff we'll be talking about on this week's episode of the Bunkered Podcast. So hello, welcome along. I am Michael McEwen. If you are watching on YouTube, hello, welcome. We are still very much in love with our new studio here in Dundee, in Meadowside, the ancestral home of DC Thomson. The Beano, it's just downstairs. Who knew? Amazing scenes. But yes, lots and lots to get into. No James Tate this week. James is currently in Orlando. More about that in a little while. But I'm joined by the only one that matters, let's be honest. Lewis Fraser, our performance editor. Lewis, hello, welcome. How you doing?
Hi, Michael. We might as well just stop recording now because everyone has switched off because they've realised that James isn't here this week.
There's no James. That's enough
James.
for them. Yeah.
Viewing and listening figures are going to be significantly down in this episode.
Don't sell yourself short. How are you? Have you had a good weekend?
Yeah, it's been all right, thank you. I had a golf lesson yesterday.
Really?
Which was good. Yeah, really. Don't sound so surprised.
It's so early in January for that kind of carry on.
So if you picked up the latest edition of Bunkered, you will have seen that I've made some New Year's resolutions to myself to get better at golf this year, with a goal of getting to or very close to scratch. Well, the goal is to get to scratch, but I feel like if I don't get to that and I get close, then great.
So how close are we just now?
So I'm off 4 at the moment. But the thing is,
I mean, it doesn't sound like much to go down to 0.
No.
But my goodness,
this is the thing.
That's a long way down.
Like, if you're an 18 handicap, getting to 14 is not easy, but it can be done like fairly... it can be done with some easy tweaks to be made. Yeah. Whereas from 4 to scratch, certainly for me, has felt like trying to climb a mountain, to be honest.
It's the marginal gains.
And I don't have those margins at the moment. So Lee Greenhall, who's giving them a shout out there, we're delighted with that. Give him
well
a plug.
done, Lee.
I'm
saying well done. I've not seen what you've done to him yet, Lee, but it could be good, could be bad.
It could be worse, yeah. We'll come back to that in a few months. So he's at Kingsacre. I've known Lee for quite a long time. Okay. I trust him. And he's been watching our videos on the Bunkered YouTube channel.
Good.
And he's like, it's good that you're kind of toning it down a bit, the swing speed, so you can be a more average golfer. And I'm like, no, Lee. This is me like going like at the ball 100%. He thinks I'm like being purposefully a bit slower to try and relate to like people who are going to struggle to get lots of club speed.
He thought you were dumbing it down, but that's just you.
That
just
is me.
Amazing.
And he was like, come on, like put some more into it. He's like getting me to swing the driver. I'm like, no, this is all I've got, mate. It's everything. Like Ian Beale. Like,
so what's the plan? Like speed sticks, I guess, must be part of it. Try and build up that speed.
That is part of it. Actually, the CEO of Speed Sticks got in touch with me a while back. And then I don't know if he's watched the videos and thought, nah, Lewis, I lost cause. So I've not had any in the post.
Oh, right. He's not been in touch.
Yeah,
You're not the brand ambassador.
Yeah, he's not the brand ambassador that he wants. Padraig Harrington is that ambassador.
I suspect he's looked at the videos and he's confused you and James. He's gone, there's a guy with speed.
Possibly.
That's what I need.
That honestly could be what's happened here. So, yeah, that's...
If this is all new to you, the running joke is that Lewis, as accomplished a player as you are, as evidently a very good golfer as you are, Lewis swings the club quite slowly and doesn't hit it all that far. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, so I think, like, not to get too into this, but the average kind of swing speed to the driver for a golfer, for any golfer, is about 100 mile an hour. And I kind of sit on, like, a good day, kind of like 98 to 100. So, like, that's fine.
That's okay.
But obviously, I'm trying, like I've said, I'm trying to get to scratch. And I've shot, like, rounds at, like, 1 or 2 over par before. Whereas the average golfer is an 18 handicap. So I feel like I'm leaving a lot on the table there. No matter what I try, like went to the gym quite a lot last year and like take advice from James Tate, who, again, if you're new to this, is the longest hitter in Europe. And not even
by a mile.
Yeah, he's like given me all his best advice and I'm gaining like a mile per hour. What hope is there? So, yeah, this came up yesterday in the lesson. But overall, like, I feel it was productive. We got a lot of techniques.
So what's in this bottle here? This silvery aluminium-looking bottle. Is this a protein shake?
It's creatine. I'm going for the Ben Griffin thing where I'm putting like 3 times the amount of creatine that I should be drinking.
Overdosing on it, yeah.
So the second half of this podcast could be very interesting.
It's just, honestly, keep coming back to this because when you watch this episode or an episode of the podcast in July, you're going to have a very hench-looking Lewis Fraser sitting right here. So.
I hope so. Oh dear. Anyway, what's been happening with you?
Not much to be honest. I'm still just stuck on the idea of like poor Lee trying to coax out more swing speed. And in my head, when you're saying that about how fast you operate, my daughter is really into Mario Kart at the moment.
Oh yeah,
Like
I'm into
obsessed
Mario Kart.
with it.
Yep.
We've got a Nintendo Switch, and since Christmas, all she's done is play Mario Kart.
Yep.
But you know, there's like different speed settings
I
on
do,
it.
yeah.
You're 100cc all day long, aren't you?
If that is a 50. I know there's like
Well,
a 200.
Maybe there is.
Or like a
I know
beginner or
200's the
something.
fastest.
Yeah,
so
I'm not that.
yeah, you're very much in the 100.
100cc, yeah. In actual Mario Kart, I'm definitely 200. But
By the way,
golf,
Mario
I'm
Kart,
100.
underrated game.
Yeah, brilliant game.
Absolutely underrated.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it didn't do much, to be honest. Weekend kind of came and went pretty quickly. Watched the AFCON final last night. Senegal versus Morocco. Just trying to get a sense of what Morocco are going to be like come the World Cup. I've absolutely no idea, because that was the most batshit game of football I've ever seen in my
Don't
life.
get involved with the journalists there,
Oh
God.
my word. I mean, I've been in a lot of golf media centres
Yeah.
over the years, and I've seen stuff happen. I've seen journalists be annoyed with other journalists. I've seen confrontations, like verbal sparring with other players. Last night, after Morocco, the hosts of the tournament, lost in extra time to Senegal, Senegal manager comes in for his press conference, and every single Moroccan journalist got up and left. And I'm thinking, had that been at the Masters last year,
Could you imagine?
Rory walks in and it's just the Euros that are left in the press building at Augusta
All the
National.
American.
There's Alan Shipnick. No, I'm not staying for
having
that.
it. Everyone
Bob
from
Harrick.
Golf
Nope.
Digest. Not today.
So yeah, culturally different, I think.
Very much so.
But you know what? I'm getting excited for golf. I am thinking about going to the range this week.
Good.
Try and play some golf again. I saw a mate over the weekend who's desperate for me to go up north with him in March
Okay.
to play
Fine
Dornoch,
up north. Oh,
Tane, Galsby, Brora, all the courses I'd love to go and play. So I've now got a focus. So yes, range
an
activity is coming.
ambassador for the Highlands and Islands of Scotland, I would say that you're in a pretty good territory there.
Fertile
Dornoch.
country for it, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But yeah,
So,
no,
yeah.
it's been good. Like I said, James is in Orlando this week. It is the PGA Merchandise Show. Kind of a big deal if you're a golf equipment geek or nerd or dweeb or any other of those Americanisms. Then I suggest you get onto our Instagram channel, check it out. James will be filling that, I'm quite sure, with lots of updates. There's always cool stuff to see at the PGA show as well. One of the things that he saw last year, which I loved, and I think it ended up winning Best New Product in Golf, was this set of accessories, these teas and other stuff that was made from ground coffee beans.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously great for the environment. It's going to win all the sustainability awards going. But you see all those kinds of things, all really cool, unusual items, as well as the big ticket ones like, the new Callaway Quantum Driver, TaylorMade, and QI4D, is it? And all those ones. So yeah, if you're into your golf equipment, check out our Instagram and social channels. You'll get us on Instagram /bunkered golf online, I think it is. So
If you
go
search
check it out.
bunkered, it'll come up, hopefully.
I would hope.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
We've
If
put a
not, we're
lot of
doing-
time into
if not,
building
we are doing
that.
something seriously wrong.
The algorithm is broken.
Yes.
Anyway, Lewis, I want to talk to you about LIV Golf, funnily enough. Last week was interesting. I seem to recall this time last week, we're recording the podcast, we're making predictions about what might happen to Brooks Koepka, what sort of punishment might be coming his way, what sort of concessions he might need to make in order to return to the PGA Tour. And then, like 3 hours after we hit stop, we found out.
Yes.
Now-
No, I don't even know if it was 3 hours. I sat in the seat and I jokingly said, like, don't, to the governing bodies here, don't make any decisions until, like, give it a few days so that people can listen to this podcast. And you said, Google Brooks Koepka and see if anything's happened. And thankfully, nothing had at that point. But if we'd been like a couple hours later, it would have been
Gubbed.
square go. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll talk about what happened to Brooks in a second, because his return, it's worthy of a bit of conversation in and of itself. But the fact is, Brooks has returned to the PGA Tour. He's going to make his, I guess, first start of the year at the Farmers Insurance Open at Torrey Pines later this month. So he's back. Brooks Koepka is back on the PGA Tour. Done deal, as Fabrizio Romano would say.
Here we go.
There you go.
I was
So
just trying to make sure I got the right journalist.
it's transfer window season.
Yes.
So we'll talk about that move in a sec, but the biggest talking point that's emerged from it and that has sustained following news that Brooks is back on the PGA Tour is around LIV and I guess its future. A lot of people are asking, is Brooks's defection or return to the PGA Tour a sign of things to come? Is this, Lewis, the beginning of the end for LIV? That's what the people are asking. So what's your answer to that?
Right now, it seems not really, because the returning member program, to give it its full title,
RMP,
has got a lot of has got a lot of stipulations to it about golfers that can return. So essentially, it's players who have won a major from 2022 until now, and that
or the Players' Championship,
yeah, that doesn't make for loads of golfers that are on LIV. So John Ram is one of them, so is Cam Smith. And correct me if I'm wrong, but they've both kind of indicated that
and
they
Bryson
want to.
DeChambeau.
Yes,
yeah.
We'll get to him.
Yes.
Believe me, we'll get to him. So Smith and Ram have indicated that they want to stay on LIV, basically, haven't they? Like they've no real intention of going. And look, there's been a lot that's gone on in the last few years, and if we get off this podcast and news has emerged that they've gone back in that, then I wouldn't be massively shocked, because like I said last week, nothing surprises me. Bryson is an interesting one because there didn't really seem like much conviction in his statement, in that you read the transcript and he said something to the effect of, I've got my contract here and I'm happy, I'm going to stay. You actually watch him say that and he looks like he's just been told that he's getting back from a long day's work and the slow cooker's been on and he wants fajitas or a takeaway or something, which anyone will know.
That's the most middle class reference I think I've
Do you know what I mean,
heard.
though?
What's in the slow cooker? Quail?
Yeah.
Goodness me.
James will have to come back and tell us that. I don't know. But you didn't
You're
seem
right.
too enamoured with
there wasn't a
saying that,
huge
did you?
amount of conviction in what
There
he was
wasn't
saying.
enthusiasm there.
Nah, none at all.
So at the moment, is it a sign of things to come? Probably not, because it doesn't seem like those other three in this programme want to come back. But I'm hesitant to say, because the PGA Tour put like a deadline on this, haven't they?
February the 3rd.
The 3rd of February. If John Ram turns round on the 4th of February and says, actually, I want to come back and I want to play a full season, Brian Rolap's probably going to say, no problem, in you come, I would imagine.
Yeah,
so it's all very up
the
in there,
inference
it's hard
is
to
that this is a one-time only offer and it's a limited time only offer. I have my doubts about that. I like you say, if John Ram wants to, if he misses the deadline by a day because he's, I don't know, stubbed his toe playing football or something, I think they'll make allowances, and I don't think this is the last we'll hear of it. To me, the returning member programme feels like a little bit of a dipping the toe in the water, I guess, by the PGA Tour to gauge whether or not people want this, what the response will be like. Rather than bringing back absolutely everyone all at once, they've concocted a scheme that only brings back the highest profile names, the ones that they want the most. Mm-hmm. And as I say, it allows them to gauge the temperature that creates amongst the rank and file of the PGA Tour, who we will come back to, by the way, because I think that's an important point. But yeah, you're right, Bryson, not especially committal. Patrick Reed today in Dubai told James Corrigan of The Telegraph and Evan Priest of Golf Digest, Evan, of course, a long-time friend of the show. Reed surprised me with his comments because, I'm paraphrasing now, but it's tantamount to, well, if the returning member programme had gone all the way back to 2018 when I won the Masters, then yeah, of course I'd be interested. So he was almost issuing a bit of a come and get me play
Very
to the
much
PGA
so,
Tour.
More transfer window talk there.
Well, yeah. It'll slam shut. But that kind of surprised me because I always thought that Patrick Reed was someone who was very happy where he was, and not just happy where he is on LIV, also very, very, very reluctant to want to return to the PGA Tour and all of the history that he has with that circuit and some of its member players. So if he's saying he's up for it, how many others are saying that?
Patrick Reed's an interesting one because he plays pretty much as many events as he possibly can, it seems like. And he went on, I'm looking at the quotes, like you say, from James Corrigan earlier today, and he said, if it was up to me, I'd play everywhere. I'm already playing in 3 tours, meaning LIV, DP World Tour and the Asian Tour. So why not add one more and make that the PGA Tour? It's not as easy as that, clearly. No. But yeah, it's like a very much a come and get me plea, like you say, where he would want to come and play those events.
You see, is it? Or is it potentially just clever negotiating tactics by some of LIV's most high-profile players, of which Patrick Reed is most certainly one? I mean, he is a high-profile player, but I think if you go to watch LIV, turn up at any LIV event, yeah, I think a lot of people will be inclined to follow him.
Yeah.
Bryson absolutely is the one people want to watch. I don't think it's a terrible thing to suggest that you might be persuaded to look elsewhere because it strengthens your bargaining position when contract renewals come up. If Bryson, for example, was to say, what, return on member program, not interested, I'm staying here no matter what, this is my home, boots on the ground, not going anywhere. Then when the contract renewals come up, it's hard to ask for more money.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, well, Bryson, we will give you X. Oh, no, I wanted more, but you said you're happy. Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So I think this is a little bit, potentially, a little bit of a play by people like Bryson and Reed. Just, you know, plant the seed that I'm not completely happy where I am in the hope that it might just bring a better offer my way.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. The thing with Bryson that made me kind of laugh about it is that at the start of press conferences, we get like the moderator, who's generally from like the tour, will ask like a couple like really softball questions to just get them talking before it goes to journalists. This was one of like the softball questions where Bryson was asked like, how happy are you here, basically?
Yeah, he was asked by a LIV employee.
Yes, exactly, yeah. And then looked not very happy at all. So is that, like you say, a kind of bargaining chip to then when negotiations come around? Like, I don't know what
he
his
also looked, by the way,
like.
completely unprepared for the question, what surprised me.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what's upset him slightly, in that I don't know.
They must
they
have
get
discussed
briefed.
it.
Yeah,
I mean, that news came out 24 hours or so earlier. They must have had that.
Well,
like,
even
the
if
moderator
he's-
must have said, Bryson, I'm going to ask you this question. That'll, you know, you can answer it. We'll prepare it. They seemed totally under-rehearsed, if anything.
And also, Bryson should be expecting that from a journalist, if not from one of the moderators. So, yeah, very strange goings on there. But I wouldn't be surprised if that gets brought up in any negotiations. That's the thing, like contracts for Brooks. Clearly, like there was something there where he could get out of that contract of playing.
Well,
I don't know. Obviously, not seen it.
I think
but,
it suited LIV to get rid of him.
right.
If they wanted to keep him, then they could have stamped their feet, I'm sure, if they wanted, because he's got a contract. I mean, you can't just walk away from a contract with absolutely no reprisal. That's why it's a legal document. You know, you sign it.
Yeah.
In order to get all of the benefits of that, you need to meet these conditions, and it runs for this amount of time. They're hard things to break. I mean, I know some footballers have made it look easy, but if Brooks was of that much value to LIV, they would have done everything in their power to try and keep him.
Yep.
Now, maybe those conversations have happened behind closed doors prior to the announcement before Christmas. Maybe Scott O'Neill has sat Brooks down and said, look, what's it going to take for you to stay? And it's just not played out in public. Now it is playing out in public. It's a case of, well, the PGA Tour's gone to these three players, Ram, DeChambeau and Smith, and said, you can come back in. Yeah, but they're all under contract.
Yeah.
Like, you've given them a 3-week window or a 2-week window, whatever it was, to say yes or no. If you're LIV, you just dig, and you want them, you just dig your heels in and say, nope, you're going nowhere. You're our player. You're contracted to us. If you want to break the contract, it will cost you something absolutely unaffordable, like cost prohibitive. Again, that's why you have contracts.
Yep.
So I'm left with nothing else to do other than draw the conclusion that LIV just not really that bothered about having Brooks.
Yeah.
And he didn't seem fully invested either. There's a captain of a team, a man leading a franchise who doesn't even wear the logo of the franchise. It was never the right fit. I think all parties realised it, and when the opportunities come up to part ways, LIV have probably been as pleased as Brooks for him to go the opposite way.
Well, this is it. You're spot on. We spoke about it last week, and it never really seemed like the right move for Brooks at the time. Like, for someone who is so focused on doing well in majors and never really seemed to bring his best game to regular PGA Tour events, to be like contracted to play however many events LIV are going to have every year and have to turn up and play them, just never seemed right for Brooks at all. And then you say like the stuff around him wearing Nike when the rest of the team are wearing the team stuff. Like, that's, if LIV are really trying to lean into the team aspect of things, that
You
just
need
doesn't
everyone
work,
to buy
does
in.
it?
Yeah. No, Bryson has. Like,
Yeah, massively.
you see Crusher's logo everywhere he is. You know, he's brought Reebok into the fray as well. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you cast your mind back to when Brooks joined, he had a lot of injuries around that time, like some pretty severe injuries. And I suspect he's looked at it and gone, fewer tournaments, less golf when I play those tournaments, 18 fewer holes. Yeah, that's probably a good thing. And if I'm unable to play much longer, such are my injuries, then at least I've made some coin. He's come back, he's fit, he's healthy again. His personal circumstances have changed, and he's gone, yeah, I was only ever here for the money. That was kind of my insurance policy, guys. Thanks very much for having me. Can I go? And they've gone, yeah, you were a rubbish captain anyway, so
Yep.
yeah, on you go. But it's different for the other three guys. So
Yeah.
Genuinely, I'm fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by how quickly everything moved.
Yeah, well, in the
It's-
space of a week,
and this-
the landscape has completely changed, hasn't it? We had no idea about this before.
None.
This time last week, we knew that Brooks was leaving LIV and that he had applied to go back to the PGA Tour. We didn't know anything about a returning member program or the fact that you say that Koepka was going to be playing in a couple of weeks' time. It's not this week, is it?
Next week, yep.
The speed that's changed that. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're sitting here again next week and something has moved on Bryson or Ram or Cam Smith. But at the moment, it doesn't seem like that's going to happen.
No, I don't think it does. Let's talk a bit more about Brooks's return, the sort of specifics of it. I mean, yeah, Ram DeChambeau Smith didn't nibble at the opportunity of this returning member program. There was one other guy whose name came up quite a bit in conversations last week because it was interpreted as a bit of an FU to Phil Mickelson.
Yes.
I mean, the framing of this whole thing was really quite interesting in terms of the eligibility period. 2022 onwards. Phil won the PGA in 2021.
Yeah, funny that, isn't
He
it?
has been the loudest, the most combative, and certainly the most...
outspoken.
yes, flamboyant in his criticism, I think is how I'd put it, of the PGA Tour. I mean, is it possible that this is a very cheap shot at Phil? Like, yeah, we're just going to make sure you don't get your chance to come back. Is it an FU to Phil or not? What's your take?
Yeah, of course it is. Like, the 2022 year wasn't just plucked out of thin air. Like,
Or was it?
no, it wasn't. Because the last major champion before that, I forget like scheduling stuff, but it would have been Phil, would have been one of them. Certainly the last major champion playing on LIV, I believe.
Yep.
So, no, it's not been plucked out of thin air. This is a shot at him. I think I don't have the statement in front of me, but when PGA Tour basically said that they want players that are returning to enhance what they see the tour to be, and someone like Brooks they think is going to do that. But as you say, someone like Phil, who has been so flamboyant in his criticism of the PGA Tour, is not someone that they want to open the door to. Like, I think that is fair to say. So, yeah, that year was definitely deliberate, and if you think it wasn't, then...
Is that a right or wrong move on the PGA Tour's part? Should they be that petty? Phil, whatever you say about him, I mean, the guy's a huge deal.
Well, this
He's done
is
an
true.
incredible amount for the game. He's done an incredible amount for the PGA Tour, good and bad.
Yep.
I mean, there's possibly a train of thought that he deserves better than that.
Maybe, but...
Not one I subscribe to, I hasten to add,
No,
but
yeah, there is a train of thought.
you
and
could
that
make the case.
if you purely look at what he's done in terms of numbers for the tour and the amount that he's won and the longevity that he had on it, then yes, there's definitely a case for that. But if you look at what's happened over the last few years, then no. Like, thinking about these things in black and white, but trying to like compare it to a different sport. But if someone left like the Premier League in football to go to a rival league and basically just slag them off the
Like
whole
a
time.
European Super League.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, great example. Why didn't I think of that? If they went to that and then said, actually, no, I want to come back now, which Phil hasn't, then
That's also true.
yeah. So this is the thing. Like, even if it was open to him, do you think he'd want to come back? Probably not at this stage. I don't think so. So
depends how good things are on LIV.
yes, well, this is true. I mean, do you think he enjoys it?
Do I think he enjoys LIV?
It's strange because his Twitter, and not to go like too much onto that, but he tweets about anything other than golf and never seems to talk about like the high flyers, which is his
Never
team.
talks about high flyers.
Never talks about any golf really at all. Like the last time he
It's
kinda
all-
spoke about Anthony
yeah.
Kim a little bit, but he doesn't.
It's all politics and conspiracy theories and oil and shareholdings and Charlie Kirk. You're right. Phil talks about everything except golf. So does that mean he's enjoying it more or less? I don't know.
No.
I think Phil is a guy who has been handsomely paid to go through the motions for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll play much longer. I think this might be, if not his last season, then certainly his second to last season, because he knows himself he's not as competitive as he was.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to be a guy showing up by, a 24-year-old with the greatest of respect, no mark, who has been plucked from obscurity. Phil doesn't want that. I mean, deep down, he just doesn't. So, yeah, and the high flyer stuff, I mean, I always thought with LIV, when it started up, that Phil's team would be made in his identity, and it's just not. Like, high flyers and Phil,
like the
just,
lefties or someone,
well,
or something
maybe,
like that.
yeah, like high flyers and Phil just don't seem to go together. It's like he has been given this team and he's not quite sure what to do with it.
Yeah.
But he also isn't really that bothered.
No.
So, yeah, strange one. I want to ask you though about the decision from the tour to create this returning member program to allow Brooks straight back in, and how you might respond to it if you were part of the, let's say, rank and file of the PGA Tour. And there's a lot of those. Now, there's only a handful of players who I think move the needle and would therefore be appealing to the PGA Tour as far as a scheme like this goes. There's a lot more players in the field than the ones that move the needle, as we know. If you are one of those players, how are you feeling this week about the fact that Brooks has been able to come straight back in, and all he's had to do in real terms is make a $5 million donation to charity?
Yep.
All the other stuff, bonus payments, deferred equity, I mean, that's monopoly money at this point.
Yeah, it is.
So a $5 million slap on the wrist to a guy who's, made over, 9 figures in his career. It's nothing at all. If you are one of those players right now, you're a bit miffed.
Not really, to be honest, because the one thing that I like about this is with Brooks coming back, he's not taking a spot from one of those rank and file players who might be just on the edge of like keeping a card, or someone who's struggling through the year and they're just on the edge of getting into tournaments. Brooks coming back is not taking that spot away. If anything, he's probably going to add to that, depending on how many players are in the field. In that, if you need to make up numbers, you could be adding 2 extra players in to play with him on a Thursday or Friday. So from that point of view, I wouldn't really have much of an issue with it. Like, he's not taking up a spot from anyone else, is what I mean.
But I think it creates a 2-tier tour, though, doesn't it? A 2-tier tour. Because it's basically saying not all players are created equal. If you've got more value to us, if you're a major champion and all that sort of stuff, you're worth more to us than the majority of the guys.
Yeah.
So that there's even the punishments aren't the same. Hudson Swafford is serving a 12-month suspension for doing exactly what Brooks Koepka has done, for leaving the tour, joining LIV, and then wanting to come back. So he's going to be twiddling his thumbs for 12 months whilst Brooks Koepka's back playing at Torrey Pines, back playing at Pebble Beach. That to me doesn't feel right. And that doesn't feel very meritocratic. What that feels like, Lewis, is the PGA Tour is cherry picking only the people that it wants. And it's funny, the people that are okay with this, it's the same people who had a massive issue with LIV when it started, just cherry picking the players it wanted.
This is true.
Funny that.
It is funny. The Hudson Swafford one's a good example because I haven't heard anything about what's happening with him now. I presume he's still in the same boat,
and he's been very magnanimous about it, very gracious about it. I believe he spoke to Golf Channel last week. I've had my angry moments, he said, in relation to the news, but I wasn't surprised by it. It's a big win for the tour. He's basically saying, I get it. Not happy about it, but who am I to argue? I wish it had been somebody who was just really
more
pissed
outspoken
off.
about it. Yeah. Well, I mean, he could be privately. And I wouldn't
that's
be surprised.
no fun. We want to hear it publicly.
Yeah, that's true. It's no use for us.
Don't say it at home, Hudson.
No.
Come on the Bunkered podcast and say it, Hudson. This
definite.
time next week.
James can stay in Orlando and you can sit between us. I get it. It is a messy situation. You're cherry picking players, and for all we know, more players could be cherry picked if Bryson decides that that's something that he wants to do. But at the end of the day, the PGA Tour want the best product that they can give, and the offer to have Koepka play in these events is just one that we couldn't turn down. Like I spoke about it last time. If you're a sponsor of AT&T, like Zurich or someone, and the opportunity is there to invite Brooks Koepka, who's sitting at home doing nothing, to go and play your event, and the PGA Tour say, no, you can't because he's suspended, then they're going to be pretty pissed off, aren't they? Because they're
100%.
fronting up tens of millions of dollars. But on the other hand, I do get what you're saying, like you're just cherry picking players to come back. That's meant to be a meritocracy in
Yeah.
this tour. Like, can you imagine if they just said to Brooks, right, no, you're going back to Q school for the Corn Ferry Tour. You need to work your way
Or
back up
just
to...
sit out 12 months.
Yeah, wow, this is it.
It's nothing really.
Uh-huh. But it's all just to try and get back. Well, it's not all, but a part of it's trying to get back at LIV and say,
Well, yeah, clearly.
we can take your players and we're just going to let them play within 6 weeks.
Let's play devil's advocate for a second. And bear with me on this.
Right, okay. I'll take a drink of creatine here.
Does the returning member programme, in its own daft wee way, make moving to LIV more appealing if you are a top PGA Tour player? If you are, let's pick a name, Hideki Matsuyama, Xander Schauffele, Patrick Cantlay, somebody like that. Mm-hmm. Knowing that the returning member programme can exist and that there is now precedent, why wouldn't you go to LIV? Basically do the thing that Wyndham Clark said last week, which was, well, if I knew I could do it and come back, I would have. If they now know that you can go and get paid by LIV very handsomely, spend 2-3 years there, break your contract, come back onto the PGA Tour because, frankly, you're of too much value to them not to be there. Of course you would surely consider it, would you not?
Yeah, of course. I bet they're considering it right now.
Do you think they are? Do you think there's players on the PGA Tour, high-profile guys, I'm talking top 20, 30 in the world, that are right now speaking to their agents, their families, their managers, whoever it might be, saying, should I do this? Should I jump to LIV? Should I sound them out?
Yeah, probably. Because we know that some of those maybe players that you've mentioned are guys who are in the top 30 will have been approached by LIV. Like, all of them will have been at some point and been offered this ridiculous money. And a main part of the reason that they've said no to that is because they think they're never going to be able to play the PGA Tour again.
Yes.
So they're looking at Brooks, who's gone and said, yeah, I want to be paid handsomely and play in this tour. And he's turned around and they've just opened the door for him. So if you are someone like Hideki, and I'm saying that name because he's the first one that he said, not for any other reason, but if you're him, you're looking at this eye-watering figure and thinking, well, if I play 2 seasons there, and if I get treated the same as Koepka and get allowed back in 3 years, then yeah, it's really appealing. Yeah. Like, if I was in that situation, like, I'd be saying to my agent, like, can we look into
Keep
this?
drinking the creatine.
Yeah.
You and Lee negotiating a deal. Who do you think is most likely to make that move, and why is it Patrick Cantlay? That's unfair.
Yes.
No, interesting times. It really is. It's a strange time again for golf, and it feels like no one has actually properly hit a ball really yet this year.
Well, this is it.
Asked and answered, Lewis. Always my favourite segment of the show before we move on to a few other bits, because I do want to talk about Rory McIlroy before we go much further. Asked and answered for this week. I'll see if I can read the number because it's big. If 2,039,119 is the answer, what is the question?
Yes.
Whilst you're having a wee think, a few suggestions from social media. Scott Clark. How much money will Brooks Koepka lose each day he's not at LIV?
Not quite, I don't think.
You know what? 2 million. Yeah, not far off, but no, I don't think it's right. Graham Marr, how many waggles does Brian Harman have before each shot?
Remember they had like the waggle counter up for him when he was leading the Open.
That felt a bit mean.
That was mean.
That was mean.
Yeah, leading the Open by about 10
It was
shots,
funny.
Like, yeah, it was funny, but
mean.
Mean.
Brian Harman, by the way, people have a long memory, and whenever there's something in golf they don't like, it's always Brian Harman.
Yeah, God,
Feel
I know.
for the guy.
I feel like he's been dealt like a bad hand to that. Like,
if I was him, join LIV.
Yeah,
I'm a major champion, I'll be back.
Yeah, true. That's such a good point. He'd be eligible, wouldn't he?
Yeah. 2023 he won, wasn't it?
He's right in the middle of that.
And
dear.
Strangely, name withheld, how many more countdown mentions on the podcast before Christmas?
Nah.
We've done well, actually. So it's, what are we, 30 odd minutes in? We've not mentioned countdown once.
No mention. I didn't watch it since the last one.
So no, it's none of those.
No countdown.
So Lewis, I'll ask you, if 2,039,119 is the answer, what is the question?
Is it the number of traffic cones currently in use across central Scotland?
Oh my God. Yeah,
what a nightmare.
Interesting journey from Glasgow to Dundee this morning.
Oh my gosh.
Roadworks everywhere.
Honestly.
Do you know what really pisses me off about roadworks though?
Yeah.
You'll spend 8 weeks at home during the summer holidays when the kids are there, and there's really there's nobody on the roads because no one's doing the school run. People are on holiday.
Yep.
Roads empty.
Aye.
Right? Apart from us people who are just commuting back and forth. They don't do their work then.
No.
They wait until the second day the kids are back at school, and then all of a sudden it's, oh yeah, by the way, this road's going to be closed for the next 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Now I get it. People working on roads, they deserve a summer holiday too. But not as much as me.
Yeah. You know what really gets me about it though, right?
Go
and
for
this
it.
is why I've said this. You drive through them, no one's working on them.
Nah,
Like, no
never.
one's there.
Never.
And you're going through. Like, take the cones away and just let us use the 2 lanes.
100% agree.
So I was like, obviously coming up to Dundee this morning, like absolute nightmare. And then the M8 yesterday, going back and forth to Edinburgh, awful. Like, just goes to one, and there's no one there.
I can
don't get
see the
it.
road rage building even when you're not on the road.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Potholes as well. There's definitely
Oh my
more than
God.
2 million
Aye.
potholes in Scotland right
well,
now.
in Glasgow alone. Honestly, it's,
You,
see when
you
I
can
go,
see the old Roman roads now.
Yeah.
All the tarmacs.
people will think that you're joking when you say about the old Roman roads, but it's true.
I'm deadly serious.
Honest.
No joke. You can see. Don't
It
get
is
me
like doing
started.
a rally stage.
It is Mario Kart.
Yeah,
It is Mario Kart.
Bananas everywhere.
No, you're wrong. I'm afraid.
Okay.
Oh, well,
I thought I might
you're
be.
you're right. By the way, you're totally right.
Right, but
but
also
in the context of this, you're wrong. In actual fact, 2,039,119 is the total number of scores submitted through the World Handicap System in Scotland alone last year.
Just in Scotland.
In Scotland alone, England had nearly 12 million. These are record levels we're talking about. People are playing golf in their droves. Rumours of golf's demise have been greatly exaggerated. Interesting that the budget came out in Scotland last week as well. It's a Scottish parliamentary year. Strange we don't have a sports minister. Could we just have, like, I don't know, a sports minister in charge of looking after the future of the country's sport instead of it being like one of these roles assigned to the health and social
they
well-being
get like
minister.
4 different departments. That can't be good. Yeah.
Never understood that. But yeah, golf flourishing.
So
Who knew?
Did you say that's general play, or is that every single round? Is that competitions,
Yep,
everything?
that's the
wow,
lot.
that's
Yep.
remarkable.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
2 million. How many of those were you?
I made up. I just got us over the 2,039,110 mark there. I think
okay.
I think I had like 10 or 11, not as many as I would like. More this year.
More than me.
So that number will go up this year thanks to me.
Just
playing
down to
more.
you.
Yeah, just down. If everyone else plays exactly the same, we'll see how much it goes up by if I play a bit more.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Reminder, as I said, James is in Orlando this week. We have somebody else from the team on the other side of the world, and that is our content writer, Josh Lees. He is in Dubai right this second for the Hero Dubai Desert Classic at, is it the Emirates Golf Club?
Yes.
It is the Emirates Golf Club. Josh is there covering that for us this week. So we've got you covered across multiple different time zones. So if you want all the latest news from Dubai, where many of the biggest names in the game are playing, then make sure you check out the Bunkered website, bunkered.co.uk, and obviously our social channels as well. Josh will be keeping you updated. It would also be remiss at this point not to make mention of Sir Nick Faldo. Legend of a man, good friend of the podcast. He's been on it before. 6-time major champion, former world number 1. What more can we say about the good man? Sir Nick had open heart surgery, I think 2 weeks ago now. It was revealed last week that he had it in Cleveland. He is back home. He is on the mend. He is recovering well. From everyone at Bunkered, the Bunkered podcast and the rest of the team, best wishes to Sir Nick for a continued speedy and full recovery. He's a top man. Mm-hmm. A man who is looking to really stake his claim as being the undisputed European number 1, which I think at the moment it's him or Faldo.
Yeah.
He's
It's
looking
still
to stake the claim.
disputed at the
It's
moment,
still
though, isn't it?
disputed.
Yeah.
That is, of course, Rory McIlroy. Rory made his 2026 debut in Dubai last week. Mixed bag of a performance.
He was right there at the end, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I mean,
was-
not as right there as Lowry was.
Oh my
playing the last
goodness,
hole.
that was
Jeez.
painful, wasn't it?
It felt familiar looking at it. I've seen that before. I've done
Right.
that before.
Like you have.
Not blown a tournament.
No,
but
but-
I've hit those shots.
Made double from the middle of the fairway. Yeah, painful. That was tough. That
It was
the
a
one.
hard watch.
It was a hard watch. I don't know. He seemed a bit confused after the second shot went in the bunker,
Very.
and I think there's maybe been either like a miscalculation, or he's just not taking as much off a shot as what he wanted to, and then left himself in a terrible spot. Like Rory was in the same bunker, and Rory hit a brilliant shot to get it to like 30 feet, and then Shane's just not quite caught it the way he wanted, and it's just kept going into the water. So yeah,
And
tough
so
to watch that.
Shane had settled for a tie for third alongside Rory. Nacho Elvira won on the DP World Tour last week. Players are staying in Dubai, obviously, for this week's Dubai Desert Classic. So, yeah, like I say, Rory, he was in a tie for third. Open with a 66, 268s to close. Second round, 74. I mean, yeah, it was a bit... the result's fine, but I don't know. He could have got so much more out of the week.
Yeah.
Rory, it's an interesting one for me, Lewis. Rory, because how much have we spoken about how incredible a year he had in 2025? He himself has said that he thinks it's probably the best year he's ever going to have.
Yeah.
You know, a career-defining year that is going to be... It's going to have its own Wikipedia entry, 2025 and years to come, isn't it?
Yep.
Which is great, but it's now 2026. So the question has to be, how does Rory improve upon such a pivotal year, personally and professionally? How do you reset? How do you go again? It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, improve. Like, you just don't really. Like, unless you do, you go and actually win the Grand Slam rather than the career Grand Slam.
I was thinking about this. Is that the only way that this year can be better than last? As if he wins the calendar year Grand Slam?
It's not far off.
Even if he wins two majors, is two majors better than that one Masters?
Probably not in the context of everything. And then you think back to everything else in his year. Like, he had so many wins at events.
Yep.
Won the Players, won the Ryder Cup away in the
Yeah.
USA.
Irish
which
Open,
is, Irish
Pebble
Open.
Beach, Players, yeah.
Everything. So do you improve in that? Probably not. But yeah, you'll be looking and thinking, well, might as well try and go and win all four of them. I think that is honestly the only way that it would be. Maybe like 3 majors, like, and if one of them's the Open.
One of them's not the PGA, right?
Probably not.
It's the other 3.
Yeah, realistically. I mean, maybe the US Open. No, yeah, it's got to be that. It's got to be those 3. I'm trying to like do the maths here. And then I'm missing out the Masters, and then it's not as good, is it? So, no, that is... Yeah, you're right. Like,
It's next to impossible, isn't it?
It is next to impossible. You have such a good year before, but it's not like a bad problem to have. He's looking at this and thinking, oh, God damn it, like, I wish I didn't have such a good year last year to try and improve. It's never going to happen. So as long as he's like happy in his, maybe not happy, but like content in his mind that, look, I've done what I was setting out to do for the last decade and gone and won the Masters and completed the career Grand Slam, climbed the Everest, like we always say, that analogy. If he sits down at the start of this year and says, yeah, like, I've done that, realistically, nothing is going to top that unless I can win all 4 majors or 3 of them. That's not the PGA, most likely.
So I've been giving this some thought, Lewis.
Yes, you have.
Because, you know, I'm a big Rory fan.
You
Rory
are.
Daniel McIlroy. I'm very fond. I've come up with 5 things that I think are real opportunities for Rory this year. And if he does all 5 of them, it'll push 2025, I think, as close as you can do it.
Okay.
Without maybe necessarily overtaking it.
Yep.
Number 1. Only 3 players have ever successfully defended the Masters: Jack Nicklaus, Sir Nick Faldo, and Tiger Woods. Rory, I think, has an unbelievable chance to do that in April.
Yeah.
He clearly likes Augusta. He has clearly figured out Augusta. And if he finishes ahead of Scottie Scheffler, he's probably going to win it.
Mm-hmm.
The pressure is off. He's going there as a defending champion. The whole mindset of not just going to play, like his first practice round that week, whether it's the Sunday or the Monday, even the weeks building up to it are completely different for him. Pressure is gone. I can go in and enjoy it. It'll be a different experience. You'll be busy on Tuesday night, serving a dinner, which I'm still very keen to know what that's going to be.
I bet, yeah.
It's Domino's, isn't it? It's clearly Domino's.
Domino's. What do you think the Green Jackets would say to that, Mr. McIlroy? Would you like to send over your menu? Yes. Mighty meaty to start.
So Tuesday as well, so it's 2 for Tuesdays. So, yeah, you can save some money whilst he's doing it.
Well, maybe they'd buy into it. Yeah, save a bit of cash, saving the steak.
Because they're so strapped for cash.
The chef's like, right, this is my one night of the year where I really get to show off. No, take it off, mate. You're fine. Don't worry. Rory's getting a Domino's in.
Do you think Rory's a pineapple on or pineapple off kind of guy?
Off. Yeah, definitely off.
Because he's not an absolute raving lunatic. He's not a psychopath. Yeah, so I think he's got a great chance to do it. He'll have a different kind of week. It'll be busy in its own little way, but pressure is off and he's getting to play a golf course that he loves. It's a smaller field.
Yeah.
Rule out all the amateurs, all the old boys,
The
all the
old
first timers. It's Rory versus 30 guys probably, or 40, 50 guys.
realistically.
So yeah, I think he can do that. Number 2, one more major victory sees him draw level with Sir Nick Faldo for 6 career wins.
Yep.
2 draws him level with it, and I'm sorry, I really hate the word, but stuff it, the winningest European golfer, Harry Vardon, and into a tie for 7th on the all-time list. So if Rory gets those 2, he's level with Harry Vardon and he's ahead of Nick Faldo. At that point, any dispute over whether or not he's the greatest European of all time, gone, done,
Absolutely.
sealed. By any, I think he's there already, but the remaining measures that people would hold against him, they're gone. So I think that has to be a target. 3, Scotty Scheffler has been world number 1 for the last 140 weeks. Did you know that? Rory's been there 9 times before, but not since February 2023. If anyone's going to topple Scotty, Rory feels like definitely the most likely.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. I don't quite know if it's possible this year
Me
because
neither.
Scheffler has such a massive advantage. Rory is as close to Scheffler as the world number 1,000 or something is to Rory. Like Scheffler has
Really?
almost a double points lead over Rory.
Okay.
But some of those points will drop off.
True.
So he has to add to them. I think Rory can do it, but he needs to win some more events and
Some
hope that
big
Scheffler
ones.
loses his yes.
Yeah,
And
and
hope
Scheff-
Scheffler loses his form.
Yeah, or arms, probably, most likely.
Hi, stranger things have
Yeah,
happened.
well, no, I shouldn't joke about that, but yeah.
Number 4, race to Dubai. Obviously.
Oh, yeah, tick that one
He's
off
won
already.
it.
He's going to win that.
He's won it the last 4 years on the spin. It's going to be 5 in a row. If he wins it this year, he equals Colin Montgomery's record of 8 Order of Merits. I mean, you're
He's
right.
made a good start already.
That's a tick.
Yeah, T3 last week's pretty good.
And 5, Tiger Woods currently leads the PGA Tour in career earnings with just over 120, let's call it $121 million.
Sure.
Rory got through the $100 million mark, only the second player ever to do it, during 2025. I think it was at the Houston Open just before the Masters. He's currently on, let's call it 108 million. He's 13 million away from Woods, who probably isn't going to play much this year, if at all. So Tiger's not building that advantage. Rory's just going to eat into it. 13 million to go. He banked, Rory, just shy of 17 million last year.
That's mental.
It's well within reach. I mean, not many of Tiger's records are within reach for any current player, but that one most certainly is. The question is, who gets there first, Rory or Scotty
Well,
Scheffler?
this is it. Is Scotty ahead of Rory just now? It must be quite close, is it?
Scotty's on 99,
Oh, right.
so
Oh,
he's number 3.
Yep.
So, yeah. 5 things there for Rory. Now, if he does all of those, and if he does some of them, others will fall into place. Like
This is
if
true.
he wins, 2 majors, of course he's probably going to beat Tiger's record, and he is going to get number 4 there of Monty's record as well. If he did all 5 of those things,
That would be incredible. Getting to world number 1, like you said, I don't know what the numbers are in this, but if he can even get close to that with Scheffler, because he's so far ahead, like you say. But like those kind of all fit into each other. I think the first one, retaining the Masters, is the biggest one. That is the one that is circled on his calendar, and he's looking and thinking, if I can go and give that a good shot and join, produce it, Faldo, Woods, and Nicklaus as the only 3 to have ever done that.
some 4 ball.
I feel like Rory is the kind of guy who really does care about like having his name mentioned alongside people like that.
Yeah.
Like you could see that with the career Grand Slam when he's being spoken about with those legends of the game. If he can add his name to that list, then that would be massive for him. And you know, you might never get the chance to defend a Masters ever again. So why not try and do it now? I wouldn't be massively shocked.
So, out of 10, you're saying that's in terms of chances of happening.
Like a 7.
7, okay.
Scotty
right,
Scheffler's
yeah.
really good. And there's a lot of other guys that could do quite well. Yeah, I'll put 7 on that. What have you got? Number 2, what was that? I'll go through it and give you
Number 2
out of 10 probability chances.
was 2 majors to tie level. Sorry, to go ahead of Faldo and tie with Harry Vardon.
Well,
That's a 4 or 5.
yeah,
'cause
I
it's
think
so hard
that's
to
a
do.
5. That's really difficult to do.
Scheffler getting overtaken as world number 1. We don't quite know the maths of
No.
it all. So I'm going to say that's probably the least likely. I'm going to give that a 3 out of 10
Yeah,
chance.
I would give it a 2, but I failed maths, so possibly if he wins a few majors, then that
Maybe.
could ramp up. But yeah,
taking or tying Monty's record.
10.
That's a 9 or 10. Yeah.
But Monty's waved goodbye to that one. Right, yes.
And all credit to him.
Yes.
And number 5, obviously, overtaking Tiger on the money list. I think that's an 8 or a 9 as well.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So
yeah, I'd give that
listen,
one an 8.
it's all to play for, Rory. If you need some motivation, let me know. I've got all the motivation that you need right
Public
here.
speaking.
Right, Podder of Merit last week, Dubai
Yes.
Invitational. Lewis, you picked your new best pal. Has he been in touch yet? Rasmus Niergaard?
Nah, he's been busy playing golf. Yeah, I'm
Dang
sure he will be back in touch. I don't doubt it.
Rasmus, who doesn't want anything else to do with you, Lewis.
No, okay,
Finished
fair enough.
19th. I went with Ryan Fox, who finished in a tie for 27th. And James went for Nikolai Højgaard, who finished in a tie for 52nd. So, 2 points for you, Lewis. 1 point for me. That has changed the look of the table a little bit. You have leapfrogged James. As it stands, I'm on 5 points. Lewis, you are on 4. And James is on 3. Remember, first to 15 points wins this particular season. So the pick order this week is going to be you first, Lewis, then me. James isn't here, but he has given me 2
Has he?
names.
Oh, right, okay.
So
I didn't know this.
we get dibs. And if one of those is James's names,
He gets the next one.
yeah.
Right, okay.
And I think we only need 2 because one of the names he's picked, actually has given me 3. Now
Right,
that I think about it, he has
okay.
given me 3. The third was just so obscure and so random that I'd already
That
forgotten
we're
about
not
it.
going to
Yeah.
pick him.
No.
Right, okay. That's good to
So
know.
I'll reveal that in a second on James's behalf.
Nice.
On you go, Dubai Desert Classic. Who are you having?
Rory McIlroy. Sorry. But he's won it 4 times before. Played well last week. All the equipment stuff seems to be clicking into place.
Are you surprised by the irons change,
yeah,
by the way?
surprised.
Swapping
I am
out
surprised.
the was it the Roars Proto?
Roars Proto, which had been in the bag for a long time. And in fact, this was the first time that he'd played a full set of cavity back irons in a tournament
Right.
as a professional.
If Rory McIlroy is using cavity back irons, who's using blades?
No one should be by the sound of it. So I don't know.
I mean, they're beautiful.
Yeah, they
I've
are really
never
nice.
seen a
Oh,
blade
yeah.
that's not beautiful.
Uh-huh.
But if Rory's not using them, then
Yeah.
you'd be mental too.
I think he might go back to them at some point. I feel like this is something that he's probably, over the off-season, probably messed about with his
Okay.
equipment, which we all do. And he's thought, you know what, I just want a bit more forgiveness because he's maybe not playing as much.
Yeah.
But when he gets into playing more golf and playing good golf, he might miss what he liked about the blades, which I'd guess would be like the workability stuff.
Yeah.
Like he's always talking about trying to flight shots in and take a bit off like wedges and 9 irons. So I wouldn't be massively shocked if he went back to them at some point.
Okay.
But so far, so good to them, yeah.
I'm just checking here with the stats. You haven't picked Rory yet.
Okay,
So you're
good.
fine.
Just as well, so I didn't have another name lined up.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have picked the guy I was going to pick.
Oh, no.
So I'm in a spot of bother, having to
Give
think
you
on
a
the
minute.
hoof.
Do you
I'm
want
gonna-
me to keep talking about Rory's irons?
No, you're good. I'm going to choose Tyrrell Hatton.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he'll do quite well. He always seems to do well out in
Yeah.
the UAE, doesn't he? He likes the Middle East, so yeah.
Yeah, nice
That's
one.
not a live joke, by the way, for anyone who's like, oh, Saudi Arabia. No, it's not that. He just genuinely does always
he
seem to do
does,
quite
yeah.
well out in the UAE.
Probably suits
that
him
in
quite
St
well.
Andrews.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tyrrell for me, and James will be delighted because the one that he wanted is available, and that is your man who blew the win at the
Shane.
weekend, Shane Lowry.
James.
So
Okay.
interesting choice, James.
I'd like to hear his rationale. I mean, playing well.
I mean,
Like-
just a
Yeah.
couple of bad shots.
Yeah, a couple of
Absolutely
bad
the worst
shots. Yeah,
time, but
fair play. Yeah.
you know what? Clearly showing good form.
Why not?
If he'd had that, if he'd started this tournament like that, we'd be saying that's a brilliant pick, James.
Yeah, true.
As it is, he ended this tournament like that, and we're going, oh, James, no. So
We'll see.
we will indeed. Couple more things before we finish up. I got an email from someone over the last few days, a listener called Ross Eaglesham.
Yes.
Hello, Ross. He writes, hi, Michael, Lewis, James. I have been wanting to email in for a while to apply for the Hole in None Club, but I don't really have a cool almost story. I have had an albatross, though, not a double eagle. You're right. It's
Yeah,
not a
well
double
done, Ross.
eagle. It's you don't get double eagles, you don't get double elephants, you don't get double foxes. It is an albatross. Despite anything else, the maths makes no sense. A double eagle is 2 times -2 because an eagle is -2.
Yeah.
2 times -2 is -4.
Yes.
But an albatross, which people are trying to tell me a double eagle is the same as, is -3.
Exactly.
So in a mathematical
Nonsense.
sense, it doesn't make any sense.
Do you know what a -4
Morons.
is? Do you know what that is?
Yes, I do.
Go on.
Oh, do I? A condor.
Yes.
But
correct.
I think there's only been like 2 recorded
Yeah,
ever.
aye.
And never on tour either.
No, so probably not actually happened.
James probably had one. To be fair.
He might have had both of them.
He's,
Yeah.
tell you what,
Unrecorded.
he's the most likely.
Yeah.
I can't
St.
think of anyone who's
Andrews.
more likely.
Should we do that? Take him to like one of the par 5s in the old course and just stand him there
And
for
see
the
if
full
he can
day.
do
See
it.
if he can make a 1. Get it on like a day where it's going to be downwind.
For our next YouTube live.
No, I'm not doing that. Don't.
So yeah, sorry Ross, I've
Yeah,
got sidetracked there
sorry.
because you reminded me of an Americanism that I don't like. So I have an albatross. I have had an albatross though, which obviously is better than a hole-in-one. Well, yes, clearly it's one
Yeah.
better. It's one more shot. Jeez.
Yeah. Right.
However, this week's pod gave me a second reason to email in. I believe I received the worst Christmas golf gift ever.
Ever. That's a high bar.
Now, if you were
Seen some bad
listening
ones.
last week, we were talking about Christmas gifts and so on, and the terrible golf gifts that you can be gifted. And we've done okay over the years.
Yeah,
Not
pretty
too
good.
many daft things. Ross, oh my word, Ross. Now, before we go any further, Ross, if you are in the car with the person who gave you this, now's a good time to turn to a different station. Have you done it? Well done, Ross. He says, I've had the emoji balls, the score clicker. Oh, the score clicker.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Score clickers. Oh, it's one of those.
That's so bad. Have you ever seen anyone like use that?
No.
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 I was thinking about like.
If I saw
things.
somebody use that at my club, I would resign my membership.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day.
That's what
about,
scorecards for.
Yeah, not to get like sidetracked from Ross's story. I was thinking
Sorry,
about
Ross.
like things that make you look like you're bad at golf without actually being bad at golf.
Yeah.
Having this like score ticker over thing, like a bouncer at a nightclub. Like how many people
I
have
just-
gone in the door?
I mean, imagine the walks from tee to greens at most clubs, though, because. Was that an 8 or a 9?
8 or 9. That was a 7. Oh, fuck, how did I take one of these off?
Sorry, Ross. So a score clicker as well. The pens that are irons, yeah, I know them. And the putting desktop game. Oh,
Yeah, the little like you put it. People listening won't know what I'm doing here, but you put it on your desk and then you have like a little pen-sized putter. And you put a little ball and you try and like putt it into the corner of your desk. Absolute nonsense.
so lame.
Yep.
He says, I was gifted, and I'm going to share this on social media so you can all see it. I was gifted a golf tee ninja holder. See attached photo. There are no words to describe it. Sorry. I'm only a maths teacher. Maybe you can do a better job, says Ross. Keep up the great work. So I'm going to try my absolute best to describe this. It is, I'm not joking. Ross, whoever gave you this is trying to send you a message, and that message is, I don't like you, Ross. It is absolutely horrific. So basically, how do we do this? It's kind of like the reason that I'm pausing is it reminds me of something that my daughter likes at the moment, which is Labubu dolls. I don't know if
Right.
you're familiar with them. Or trolls. Do you remember those trolls with the long hair? It looks a bit like one of those, right? And it's rubberized. It looks like a ninja. It's probably... Oh, he's sat it next to his camera for frame of reference.
Okay.
So this thing is roughly the same size-ish as like a Sony DSLR camera, if you know what that sort of size is. But it's full of holes across the body where evidently you're meant to stick all the tees, a bit like a voodoo doll or something.
Oh my God.
And presumably that's meant to go in your golf bag or in your golf trolley, in your golf buggy.
Yeah.
And whenever you need a tee, you just pull one out. It is, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, that is one of the worst gifts you can give a golfer. It's so lame. It's pointless.
Completely pointless.
That's what that pocket in front of your bag's for. That's
Pockets in
where
the
the tees go.
trousers.
Yeah,
What
pockets
do
in
you
the
do on the
trousers,
first tee? You grab into your bag and take out half a dozen
Can you
tees, put them in your
imagine
pocket, and that's
the
it.
awkwardness of that conversation? Like, what's that? Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah,
But
no.
it looks like a ninja. Yeah.
Is that like a good luck charm or something? No. Why'd you have that? Hold my tees. What do you mean, hold your tees? Put it in your pocket like a normal person.
Where'd you get it? Oh, it was a gift. Who hates you that much, Ross? So
I hope
honestly,
Ross is another Ross's family are listening to this.
So Ross, if it's okay with you, I'm going to share the pictures on social media so everyone can see it as an example of what not to buy a golfer for Christmas. It is. I'm speechless. I genuinely
Abhorrent.
am. Yeah.
What I will say is worse is I've just Googled this, and some of them, so the cheapest one that I can find is £18.
What?
Yeah, 18 quid, genuine. And there's some going for like 26. I don't know if that's the one that Ross has got, but I can't see anything unless you're going like, no, nothing less than like £18 for one of these things. Think what golf stuff you could buy with that. Any Pro V1s you could get. Like, it's basically 2 sleeves of Pro V1s.
Yeah.
They go down brilliantly.
But instead,
But no.
here's your Golf Tee Ninja.
Golf Tee Ninja. Oh, awful.
Oh,
What I will say, so Ross tweets me
does
about
he?
beagles. Yes, he does, because we both own beagles. And I've posted a photo of one of
Losing
my dogs.
sympathy for Ross here.
Yeah, but what I will say is beagles are known to chew things every so often from time to time, and they can very much make it look like an accident.
Mm-hmm.
So if this was to fall on the floor, maybe with some cheese inside it,
It
and
wouldn't
where
be
the
the worst
teas are meant
thing.
to go, just a
Mhm.
wee like bit of cheese or like chicken or something, beagle could get a sniff of that, chew it up. Then everyone's happy because Ross doesn't need to use his Golf Tee Ninja, and the beagle's got to destroy something that looks like a dog toy.
What about the gift giver? How are they happy? They're just going to get him another one next Christmas, aren't they? Most likely.
They're not happy.
Right, I see here in the notes, the last thing is that you've got a quiz for me.
do, yeah. Let me pull it up.
jeez. Where's James when I need him?
Well, yeah, I think he'd do all right on this, actually.
James
It's probably-
contributes, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He does?
Yeah, he does, yeah. And some of the recent ones he's been quite good, and I think you've overruled him.
Very much so.
And it's gone right. It's
Right.
gone right sometimes.
Bring it
okay,
on.
yeah. So we spoke about last podcast was
Should
predictions.
I close my laptop for this?
Yeah, go on.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
just for fairness and everything, you know. So last podcast we spoke about the President's Cup and how you think. No, don't worry. It's not as bad as you think. We spoke about that and how you think that the international team is going to win.
Oh, no, I know what you're going to ask.
No,
Go
I
on.
don't think you do.
Okay.
But I want you. This is tenable, but there's more answers. There's more than what I thought there would be here, which is worrying. I want you to tell me the golfers not from Europe or USA who have won a major championship since the year 2000.
Oh, I thought you were going to get me to name the international side
and
that
in,
won.
in hindsight, I should have done that, shouldn't I?
So, every golfer who's eligible to play for the internationals team that has won a
Essentially,
major
yes.
championship.
Yes,
How many are there?
13.
13, right. Jason Day,
Yep.
Adam Scott,
Yep.
Jeff Ogilvy,
Mm-hmm.
Angel Cabrera,
Yes.
Michael Campbell.
Yes.
That's 5.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to highlight them on my screen here. This is tough.
Retief Goosen,
Yes.
Ernie Els, Charles Schwartzel, and Louis Oosthuizen.
Mm-hmm.
That
We're doing
brings
well.
us to 9.
Let me see.
I'm answering quicker than you can check.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to do it properly and highlight them on my screen, and it's hard to.
You've not thought this through, have
No,
you?
and then you're also
Whatever
not.
happened to
you're
pen
not
and
going in
highlighter?
chronological order.
Oh, was I meant to?
No.
Jeez. VJ Singh.
Bonus
There
points.
you
Yes,
go. There's
VJ.
another.
Well done. My cursor was right beside him. So that's
Cam
good.
Smith.
Yes,
How many am I on now?
we have got 3 left.
3 left.
Yeah,
I thought you
you've
said there was
rattled through
13.
these. Yeah.
I've answered about. I thought I'd answered like 12.
No,
Oh.
unless I've missed them. But no.
Right. The
Go on.
Australians: Adam Scott, Jason Day, Cam Smith,
Yep.
Jeff Ogilvy,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Campbell, Antipodean. There's 5.
Yes. Antipodean. Yeah. Well done.
Then you've got your South Africans: Retief Goosen, Ernie Els, Charles Schwartzel, Louis Oosthuizen.
Yep.
VJ Singh,
Yes.
Angel Cabrera. I said.
Yeah, Cabrera's in there.
So that's 11.
Highlighted. Yeah, so maybe I miscounted and it's 14 because there's 3 that you haven't said. Sorry.
So
Can't get
I've still
staff
got
these
3 to
days.
go.
Yeah, you've got 3
Right.
to go.
Okay. Try and think of countries because there's not many countries
Yeah.
outside those that have won. Wai Yang,
Yes. Well
Hideki
done.
Matsuyama.
Yes. One more.
Oh no. Oh no. It's one of the countries I've already said as well, isn't it?
No,
It's not.
it's not.
Right. Oh my god. No, it's not. Shit, no, it is.
Go on.
Eligible for the... Yeah, Mike Weir.
Yeah, well
Bring it
done.
on.
Yeah.
I'm applauding
Brilliant.
myself for that.
Fantastic.
Have some of that, Lewis Fraser.
That was great. Good effort. That's
I
brilliant.
was stressed there a little bit towards
Those
the
are
end.
tough. Yeah. Well, I was thinking, like, we've done this before. It's easy to forget.
Have
people.
we done this before?
No, but like, you know what I mean. Tenables and major champions. And it's hard to think sometimes, especially going that far back. You've done well there. Really good.
Yeah,
On
you
the ball.
forget I'm old. Certainly older than you.
Yeah, older than me.
I mean, the year 2000, I remember the Y2K bug that never happened.
Have you seen the thing going around Instagram at the moment where people are going around like workplaces filming them and asking what year were you born? And someone will go 2002. And they'll be like, all right, cool. And then someone else will go, 19. It'll just cut off at 19 and it'll picture them in like something that happened like 1700, like signing the Declaration of Independence or something to show how old they are. Yeah, we're all in that boat, unfortunately, in this podcast.
1984 for me.
Right.
1984, which was a good year for golf. Seve, obviously.
Yes.
At St Andrews. Trying to think what else happened. I'll tell you what was number one on the day I was born was apparently Relax by Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
Which is advice I've not lived by, to be totally honest.
You weren't listening when you were born.
No, not at all. But
Oh,
good
dear.
year for movies. Ghostbusters, obviously.
Oh, that's one of your favourites, isn't it?
My favourite.
The
full stop,
favourite,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, 2 years later, Top Gun, obviously, which was pretty good. What about you? What was... Any idea what was number one?
98. Oh, no, I've done
1998.
Yeah. I've done like these things where it tells you.
Well, I'll
like,
tell you what. Let's
Yeah,
find
go on,
out.
yeah,
Let's
find out.
finish the show with something non-golf related, because why wouldn't we? It's a golf podcast. Give me your date of birth, Lewis.
It's the 16th of October 1998. Don't know if I should be saying that in the podcast. Should I say that? Should we bleep that the
No,
exact
that's fine.
date? Like the of
What
October.
was your
1998?
mother's maiden name?
Very good.
Your first school? So, October 16th, 1998. You said that with the conviction of somebody who's been used to saying that to a bouncer for many, many years.
Yeah,
Just changing
I've
the year.
said other dates to bouncers in the past as well.
16th of October, 1962.
What year, mate? Every year. All right, cool. Yeah.
Number one single on the day you were born was... it was a beauty as well. Roller Coaster by Bewitched.
Sing it.
No, jeez, oh. Bewitched, remember them?
Yes.
Not much.
I think the top selling film that year might have been Titanic, I want to say. Is that about
Probably,
the right? Yeah. I mean, it would have been. That's a right safe bet around that
Incidentally,
time of year, isn't it?
she had plenty of room to have Leo on the...
Oh, yeah, and
plank
the
route out there.
door, whatever it was. Yeah, I know. I
Room
don't know.
for two.
Ah, easy.
But no, just let
he
him-
really wanted. I mean, like, they'd been, it's not like she was trying to keep her distance from him the whole time, eh?
Oh,
yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Come-
there as well, yeah.
Aye, well, spoiler
Raunchy
alert
old
about the
movie.
door and the...
I'll tell you
the
another
sinks.
spoiler. It's an iceberg, Lewis. Don't know if you're familiar.
No.
Anyway, that is about it for this week. What's your plan this week then? So more lessons?
Nah,
What,
not...
are we going to get up by... We need to make sure you give us proper updates.
I can give
on
you
this.
updates, yeah. I need to... Well, hopefully Mr. Speedsticks is listening.
Mr. Speedsticks.
And he
it's the worst
can-
superhero ever.
I
Jeez,
need that. I need that superpower at the moment. I would kill to never mind like flying or teleport and just add like 10-mile-an-hour ball speed to my
I was
to my
thinking they're like
tribes.
Mr. Speedsticks, but no, that I'm getting them confused with Mr. Chips
No,
off
so-
catchphrase.
Game shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully the speed sticks arrive soon,
Good.
and I can get working on them and start working what Lee was telling me to. So he sent me. Our lesson ran over because you're shouting at me to swing it faster and I couldn't. He was like, right, I'd love to keep you in, but like we ran over time already, right? And after me was a girl who must have just come, not from school, but like, I think Lee said she was like 16 something, right? And he was taking like swing videos of her like hitting drivers, and he got his phone and he was like, hang on a second, I'm going to show my mate who's just been in what your swing speed is here. And she's honestly like 3 or 4 mile an hour behind me.
Tell
Which
you
is,
what.
yeah, look, fair play to her, but also I was texting him, I need to go to the gym. This is badly. Like, I need to,
pump
need
some
to up
iron.
it a bit. Yeah, just do something, anything. So that's what's on the agenda this week.
I love the idea that you may just have peaked.
Oh, yeah,
that-
downhill.
Entirely possible. You can't go faster than that.
Yeah, well, 27, like, if I was a footballer, I've maybe got like one contract left in me, and then I'm downhill from there, depending on what
Looking
position
for your
I'm
last
playing.
big deal.
Last big deal.
A bit
yeah.
like Patrick Reed and Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah. What are you doing this week? What's on the agenda?
Not a huge amount. We have our latest edition, got some finishing touches to make to that.
Yep.
And then next weekend, catching up with some friends. But I will go to the range for the first time in a very long time.
Good.
I pledge that to the listeners and the viewers. So
We'll be asking you about that next week.
yeah, just if anyone is going to be going to the same range as me or sees me at the range, the bay to the left, everything's going to come off to the right. So just stay the bay to the left and you'll be absolutely fine. Anywhere else, injury territory. Anyway, Lewis, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you very much. And yeah, this time next week we will, of course, be back. James will hopefully be back from his travels to Orlando. Like I said, make sure you check out the Bunkered Instagram in particular for all of the latest updates from the PGA show. Equally, the Dubai Desert Classic, where Josh is covering events for us. Thank you if you've been watching on YouTube. Feel free to go and give us a like or a comment. Better yet, subscribe to the channel. That's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of our video content. Equally, if you've been listening along, if you're a Spotify user, you can now leave comments on Spotify. Who knew? So leave us a comment. We will get back in touch with you because we do enjoy hearing from you all. With that said, it's time to go. So until next week, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's bye-bye for now.